Sitting in front of me is perhaps the most expensive and biggest iPad you have ever seen. This is the Hovercam Pilot 3. They now have another version that's called the Pilot X, but this is the Hovercam Pilot 3. And pretty much is a big podium that runs Windows 10, and they offer a warranty service to come with it that goes beyond the warranty that it comes with. I believe it's about 3 years, but around the fourth year, you'll start to see that you're going to have problems. You may have problems, let's just say that, with this machine. These machines have an i5 CPU and wait for it, 8 gigabytes of DDR memory. Yikes. It comes with a document camera. As you see, this one's a little loose. And, oh, by the way, these machines are about anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000. And a major problem revolves around the keyboard. So this is a keyboard. The first models, the first generations of these came with a keyboard that is not removable. Maybe it's wireless, but it's not. It just can't take it out. You can try as hard as you can. It just attached to the machine. It's nice and compact and hidden, but you just can't remove it easily. So when it goes bad, you actually have to go around the machine and remove each one of these screws. And the directions they send you, they say it's 13 screws that you're removing. No, it's more like 24. And you're going to need about 2 tools, one hex tool and one flathead screwdriver. And yes, these do open. I got it open. And they rest on the hinges on the back. And here's what it looks like once you got it open. Oh, by the way, this is one of the ones that is not working. And to remove the keyboard, what you have to do is access the keyboard, follow that line all the way to the motherboard, which is this thing right here. And the one all the way furthest to the right, that would be the cable that you disconnect to disconnect the wireless, the wired keyboard. I say wireless because once we remove that keyboard that's in here, you're going to see that it actually has batteries that you could put in it, and it might actually work as a wireless keyboard, but for some reason when they designed it to be wired and to not easily be taken out. So once you disconnect this cable, this will deactivate the keyboard that's attached to this machine. Once you remove the keyboard, comes the fun part. Not only is the keyboard attached inside the machine to the motherboard, but it's also fastened to this keyboard, to the keyboard tray, with the hardest glue, adhesive tape that you're ever going to see. And it's only 2 pieces of tape, but it's so strong that you have to use about 3 pry tools to take it off of this tray. Unless it's very old, you just might need 1 or 2. But trust me, you're going to need about 2 pry tools to remove it from here. And they're nice enough to send you replacement keyboards. The Pilot Hovercam company is. And once you put the new keyboard in, you're going to see that by holding down the FN key, and I believe it's C, it's going to wake up the wireless network in it and allow it to be paired. So that's a flaw in the design of these machines. The other thing about this company is that the customer service is kind of hit or miss, and it's more miss than hit. Sometimes they respond to you and they'll tell you, we're going to send you as many keyboards as you need, and then they won't respond to you to say that they're sent or if they're on the way. or any other tickets that you have open. They do have a ticketing system on their website, but they don't respond to it in a timely fashion. Sometimes they just ignore the request. So if you're thinking about getting a Hovercam Pilot, what you might want to do is just test one and perhaps get the warranty that comes with it, the extended warranty. I know it's going to be a lot, especially if you need a few for your educational institution, because at $6,000 a piece, you at least want to have a machine that's going to last more than 3 years. So that's how pretty much what you would do to remove the keyboard and replace it with a wireless one. So this one is completely working. What's wrong with this machine though is something else. It doesn't turn on. So this is the second one that I've seen that has a dead display, and it could be the power source. So right here, this is the power source right here, and you see that light blinking? It's just beeping. So it connects, but it doesn't do anything but beep. And there's a green light right there. I would love to have the technical manual for this machine. I requested it. I'm still waiting to hear back from the company. And here you have a few other connectors in here. There's the motherboard, the hard drive, the HDMI capture devices. And I think the thinking behind this, I believe the thinking behind this was pretty good, except for the keyboard, the longevity of it, because again, for the price, it's pretty much a big iPad, except that it has a motherboard and it has a lot of places where you can connect it. It has a fan. It does collect a lot of dust. Look how much dust. And this is after I already used the machine about a week ago. It collects a lot of dust. This one doesn't turn on, so it's just been sitting there. So that could be also why the dust is accumulating. But also the screws, to take off the screws from this machine, you have to just keep on screwing about 24 different screws just to get it open. And here are the hinges that they rest on, so don't be afraid of pulling the screen back and afraid that's going to fall on the ground. But at least that's what they tell us. And also, this arm, after a while, is pretty flimsy. And it bumped into, as you see, you can get a crack there on the corner. It just doesn't, for the price, I don't know, please consider. So I just want to show you how to go about replacing the keyboard, which seems to be an issue with a lot of these machines past 2 or 3 years. But this one in particular won't even turn on. It just beeps. And we've ordered a power supply. At least we asked for it. We're still waiting to hear back. So I wonder if that's going to happen. But here it is, the Hovercam Pilot 3. Sometimes you see it labeled as Hovercam Pilot 3/5. And if you're looking for software or downloads or drivers, good luck. Because if you go on the site, you might not find the model. Another thing that I don't like about it is that you can't see the serial number anywhere on the machine except for a piece of tape that they put on the side. And sometimes that piece of tape is just missing. What else can I say about the keyboard? The keyboard, you made it a little bit tough to try to get it out in a timely fashion. It takes way too much effort just to get the keyboard off. It was unnecessary, especially when you're going to replace it with a wireless keyboard that's just going to sit there in the same spot, and you don't really need that much adhesive. But I don't know, this is I guess this is part of quality control. I think they rushed this machine. So here it is, and it's kind of slow too. Maybe you could add more memory, but let's see. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah, I see about one more slot. Make it go a little faster. So there it is, the Hovercam Pilot 3/5 in some cases.